How's it going? Today I'm going to read an excerpt from Bill Cooper's 1991 book, Behold the Pale Horse, where he had wrote that the government was getting ready to do mass shootings and school shootings as a way to create an unsecure feeling and to get people to really beg to be disarmed. Now, again, this was 1991. Bill Cooper was former military intelligence, and this is what he said they had planned for people as a way to do away with the Second Amendment. I'm going to focus on this above part right here. Starting at the very top of the page, it reads as follows. Social welfare programs were put in place to create a dependent, non-working element in our society. The government then began to remove these programs to force people into a criminal class that did not exist in the 50s and 60s. He continues, the government encouraged the manufacture and importation of military firearms for criminals to use. This is intended to foster a feeling of insecurity which would lead the American people to voluntarily disarm themselves by passing laws against firearms.
That they used to find barrels of guns along the train tracks, just sitting there, Uzis, like fully automatic guns, bro, like just sitting there for people to find. Little kids in the ghetto throwing rocks on the train tracks, what they do, stumble across a whole barrel of guns.
So you think the government
Absolutely.
left them there? Have you heard of any such thing in Long Beach?
Not in Long Beach, but Watts, Compton. Yeah, they bring a train out there just full of guns. You know,
And just have at it.
people just hit the train, and you know, next thing you know, you'll hear some hood somewhere, you know, selling, you know, new nines for 300. You know what I'm saying? Or they got AKs over here for 700, and you know, just like it was always mysterious crates of weapons popping up throughout the ghetto.
He said when I got there, I seen like a little cardboard box with a triangle on it. He said I opened it, and no lie, I swear on my mother, he said this. He seen 4 Glocks in there with 30 round clips and 2 big boxes of ammo just sitting in the cardboard box. Carlos pulls up walking. He's like, what the hell's that? Mike's like, yeah, you won't believe what I found. He lifts up the box, the lid of the box, 4 Glocks, 30 round clips. The clips, the magazines ain't even in them, they're outside the gun. The bullets, 2 big boxes of bullets, he says. I'm like, wow. So I guess Carlos is like, damn. Mike's like, yo, what should we do? Keep these? Should we turn these in? He's like, fuck that, we ain't turning these in. Carlos said, you heard about the guys that turned in the guns a couple months ago? And this is true. Some guys from Chicago found a crate of guns by the train, and they go and turn them in, and the cops try to put the guns on them, and freaking they end up leaving or whatever. They couldn't pin the guns on them. The next day, the same guy that found the guns reports that the guns were back in the same spot near the trains. Now, who else can put them back in the same spot near the trains when that guy brought it to the cops? So Carlos and my boy Mike was like, nah, fuck that. We ain't gonna bring it to the police now. The police probably put it there in the first place. This stuff been happening for the longest time. People are just starting to wake up to it now. All the OGs already know. The older people, the young OGs are just starting to wake up to it right now.
Growing up in Chicago in the early 90s, this same situation was happening. I've been in Chicago where a person came into my house and knocked on the door to come and get me early in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, and said, come with me, man. It's a crate of guns in the alley. And I got up and ran out there, and sure enough, there was a crate of guns. And during that time when we in it, you're not thinking about where did the guns just come from? You know, you never think about that type of stuff, like where did the guns come from and why are they here? But now that I'm older, I can kind of tell you that it's a diabolical plot. Nothing is stopped. The guns are still there. The guns are still being placed in these different strategic communities. It's a plan. It's not out in Bridgeview. It's not out in Westmount. They're putting it in the hundreds for sure. Yeah, they putting it on 55th. They putting it in Inglewood. 6:30 in the morning while older people that's at work, you sleep. You're not outside. So, you got the streetwalkers and the people that's out, they hustling and they out all types of day. Yeah, they're the ones that's going to run across them, and who would go and tell the police? I never went to go tell the police when we found some guns. That don't even make sense. Why would you go tell the police? So people are wondering why so much violence. Think about it. You think about this. Okay, the police are locking people up constantly in Chicago every single day. They're taking guns off the street every single day, every day. So how is it that all of these guns just keep appearing? Where are all the guns coming from? Nobody's going to the gun store buying these guns. So where are all these guns? Now, this is another part that you don't know. I was so used to having exotic guns that I thought that was the norm. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying far as, I don't know if are you familiar with guns, but a fully automatic handgun is almost impossible to get. You know what I'm saying? A fully automatic assault rifle, that's not common. It may sound common, but that's not common. A Uzi that's fully automatic, that's not common. So I was so used to having everything in the area that I knew of was fully. It shot fully automatic, fully. So me being 17 and 18 and in my 20s, I was so naive that I believed that's how all guns was. I seen so many different exotic guns on the street running around in different areas with the guys just running around. I thought that was the norm. So now I'm an older gentleman. I'm out here, I switch my life around. I'm living right, So now I cleared my name up and got my record sealed. And I'm going to the gun shop and I'm going to the shooting range, shooting like I'm supposed to. And I go into gun stores and I'm asking for certain guns and they looking at me like I'm crazy. Like I made that gun up. These are guns that I've seen several times in different areas that the gun stores saying, how would that be on the street? That's something that you would have to get specialized, customized. You see what I'm saying? But these guns are on the streets of Chicago. And my point to you is, yeah, we can't try to make an excuse for the kids out there shooting, and it ain't all kids, but we can't make an excuse, but I want you to look at the bigger picture. Where are they getting the guns from?